guys? KILLAMCKILLCAM, and we're back with Chapter 4, Part 3 of the 3-part series for Chapter 4. This is the last part of Chapter 4 coming up, and I will walk you through the gameplay and show you what I did, tell you what I did, and I made it through this portion of the game without dying. If you're new to the series, you're going to want to check out the prior videos. This is the Killzone Shadowfall Elite Campaign mode. You only get 3 lives for the whole entire game, and once you die 3 times, then you're done. You have to start all over. And I've made it all the way through Chapter 4 so far without dying once. Now I do have the Like a Boss trophy already. I made it through the entire campaign once, the Elite campaign. I only died twice, and both times that I died was in Chapter 7. And the reason why I died was because I didn't know that I had my owl. Was the first time I died, and I died expecting that it was going to revive me, and it never did. And the second time I died was at the very end of Chapter 7, facing, you know, the waves of enemy, and I died, and my owl wasn't available to revive me. So this time I'm going to do the whole entire Elite campaign walkthrough without dying once. So I'm going to achieve it again. If you go back to Chapter 4, Part 1, you'll see on the screen that it says that I have 1 success and 0 failures, and that I still have 3 out of 3 lives left. So here is the last part of Chapter 4. You had to free the hostages, and as you can see, I pushed the overwrite button on my D-pad and revealed several enemies. So what I'm going to do to take out a bunch of them right now is I'm going to blow up a C4, and that's going to initiate a gunfight. The 2 guys I have helping me, which ain't much help. I mean, they're a little distraction, but I don't think they actually kill anybody. They're going to come down, they're going to rappel down, and then basically what you have to do is go through room by room and free any of the hostages. And one helpful strategy for this portion of the game is to use your tactical echo. And the enemies that are in each one of the rooms won't come out of the room that they're in. They'll just stay there. You see them just sitting there. So I'm going to surprise this guy with C4 and go right through the wall. And you see he's still not advancing me. The only time that they'll even shoot at me is when I get in the room with them. So a strategy for this part of the game is to use your tactical echo, see where they're at, use your C4, maybe blow a hole in the wall, and try and kill them from the next room over. And I know you can't shoot any of the hostages or the mission will fail. And you see that green guy there? That's why you use your tactical echo, and you'll see the hostages. You'll have to untie him. That's part of the objective, or her. Now there's like 3 more hostages downstairs that you're going to want to get to.
Just get me out of here.
So that's just pretty much the only strategy for this portion of Chapter 4, is to use your tactical echo and see where the hostages are at and see where the enemy is at. And like I said, they won't even come out of the room that they're in. I have to slide through here. So then you just make your way downstairs, because I think there's the only one hostage upstairs. All the rest of them are downstairs. And like you can hear a bunch of weird voices here, but you know, you get hit, just back up. Like I said, they won't come out of the rooms that they're in. And I think I might have to use one of my adrenalines here, but there are several adrenalines in this part of the game. You just have to hit the overwrite on your D-pad when you're highlighting enemies, and the little white triangles that show up on your screen are adrenaline packs. See that little white triangle inside that room? That's an adrenaline pack. You know, so if you were to die right here, as long as your owl is not deployed, it will be available to revive you. I'd say every single walkthrough video that, you know, it's real important to keep 2 adrenalines and 2 assault rifles throughout the entire mission, because the adrenaline is gonna let your owl revive you if you die, and the 2 assault rifles is gonna let you switch weapons and continue firing on an enemy rather than having to reload. Because if you get stuck having to reload, then a lot of the times you might die trying to reload, and that's happened to me before. So in this elite mode, you don't want to get caught up trying to reload. So always, always, always pick up an enemy weapon, have 2 assault rifles, and always pick up the adrenaline packs that you see laying around if you don't have 2 of them. And you're going to want to do that in every single chapter. So here I'm just making my way around. I think I've already freed all the hostages. Now I'm just making my way around. And I think I have to, what's coming up next is I'm going to have to chase down Tyron. Look at this guy. Came in with a minigun. Get your neck snapped.
The images we're seeing here are quite unimaginable.
So, you know, in this chapter, you know, the direction that you have to go is pretty self-explanatory. You're not going to get lost. There's not like multiple paths that you can go and try to find your way through the map or the mission. It's self-explanatory. It pretty much tells you everywhere you have to go. And then this part here, the next part that comes up after you chase him down and after you actually catch up to him is actually one of the cooler parts of the game. And it's when you're hanging on the rope, flying through the air on the drop ship, and you're trying to get after him so that you can kill him. And you can actually, if you're not paying attention to your screen, when it says to climb up the rope, you can actually slam into a building and die on that portion of the game. So you're going to want to make sure that you pay attention to the screen and make sure that you hit any buttons for the commands. So you're going to want to make sure that you look out and see when it says to climb up the rope so that you don't slam into a building, and you're going to want to see when it says R3, because when it says R3 you have to hit that button to melee him, because if you don't melee him, then he will kick you and you will fall to your death, and it will be one of those instances where the owl will revive you. And also inside the ship there's going to be 2 enemies, and you're going to want to shoot those guys with your pistol, because if you don't, if you're not paying attention and they shoot you, then you will die, and it will be another instance where your owl won't revive you. And that's happened to me before, you know. And then coming up, it's going to tell you to, you know, push up on the L stick to climb, and if you don't climb, then you will slam into this building and you will die. You'll fall to your death right here. So you have to climb up the rope. Make sure you're paying attention. I know this part of the game looks so cool, and you're gonna be, your adrenaline's gonna be pumping, and you're gonna want to see what's gonna happen next. And that's happened to me before. And here, it's gonna say R3 to melee him, and you're basically just going to stab him in the foot. If you forget to hit R3, or because you didn't notice, or for whatever reason, he will kick you in the face and you will fall to your death. And it would suck to lose one of your 3 lives after making it through the whole entire chapter 4. So this is pretty much the end of the video. If you haven't already, please like and comment and subscribe to the video. 5 through 10 will be coming up pretty soon. Alright, thanks guys. See you later.